day I walk on fire, I'm gonna check you in. I only crave desire, give it up, don't give it in. Give me a reason to change the season so I can win.
Hello and welcome to the Clan Show, your one-stop shop for all Clan fans. As you can see, Disney on Ice are back in Braehead Arena at the moment, which means we don't have access to the Clan Show studio. The mouse may be back in our house, but that didn't stop us putting together another fantastic Clan Show for you, with all your favourite features such as Player of the Month, galleries, competitions, and much, much more. In fact, let's get started with our first player interview. We took Clan's latest recruit, Stefan Della Rovere, to experience a little bit of Scottish culture. I took him whisky tasting, just a taste.
Jerry.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, good.
You ready for your whiskey tasting and your interview?
Absolutely.
We'll find out what a single malt even is. I don't know what actually.
Single malt. You don't know what a single malt is?
Well, I don't. Yeah, no.
You're from Scotland, Jerry.
Yeah.
Okay, a single malt.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's made out of one distillery in Scotland, using Scottish water, barley, and yeast. Now you know.
It's kind of weird that you know that.
Let's go.
I don't know why you knew that.
Hi, I'm Stefan Della Rovere, number 44 for your Braehead Clan. How would I describe my playing style? Well, I'm power forward with offensive upside, responsible in my D zone. I enjoy getting pucks in deep and forechecking, and scoring goals is not my forte, but I enjoy doing it once in a while.
Hi Stefan, and welcome to Glengoyne Distillery. Now, what we're going to do today is you're going to take away from here a Scotch whisky, which will be a cask strength whisky, made up from 5 of our single cask whiskies, which you have here. The first of those is it's a refill hogshead, and that is number 1. You can see the light colour in it. What I'd like you to do, we'll just take the top off, pop it into the glass, number 1 glass. Yeah, do that. The second one which we have here is that's a first fill hogshead coming from, it's a first fill barrel of bourbon whiskey, and the citrus flavours that come from this one. Yeah. The citrus flavours that you get coming from this are a bit more intensified. The third one we have here is one which we're now changing away from bourbon whiskey type flavours, and we're moving more in towards sherry flavours. But this sherry cask that number 3 is first fill white American oak sherry cask. So you're getting the flavours that come from the white American oak plus the sherry flavours. And you'll notice that it's very different to the first 2 that you've had, because you get more of the dried fruit flavours that come from the sherry. You'll get hints of dryness coming from the aftertaste.
Cheers for that.
And yes,
I like that one.
You get a favourite out of that one there, perchance?
Number 4 and number 5 are 2 trees. They've been treated in tandem all the way through, from the growing process to them being made into barrels and stored in our warehouses. You'll get different flavours coming from them, but they're both first fill red oak sherry casks. And you'll notice that the dried fruit flavours are much more intense coming from these, and you'll get lots of that dark chocolate and macerated.
You left me more of that this time, which was good.
and you'll notice that although there's a similarity between numbers 4 and number 5, then that is going to be very different, because you now have a different situation there, because it's a different barrel and they all mature differently in the different woods. So you now find that you're going to have much more of those dried fruit flavours and all the rest
That
of
one puts
it.
hair on your chest.
Oh,
Yeah.
but not on your head.
Unfortunately. Have you noticed a few differences there then? You're starting to pick up little differences?
I noticed number 3. I know you couldn't really.
Yeah, I didn't
yes.
get much of that.
Yes.
That one was a nice one.
And what we're going to do is mix them in here so that you have 200 mils in your bottle to take away with you today.
Pretty good. I think I could probably make a better one myself. I think maybe I'll get the chance one day. But we're not here for that anyway. We're here to talk about you a little bit. And I'd like to talk about your start in hockey. And I always have to say this every time, obviously, a Canadian guy we're talking to. I get, hockey's just a way of life. But what was your particular route into hockey?
Well, coming from Canada, especially Ontario, it's pretty much a given that I'm going to be putting on a pair of skates. And ever since I was walking, I was pretty much on skates. My parents threw me into hockey when I was about 3 years old, and started from house league and worked my way up. They always tell me stories about my grandfather, how he was such a big Leaf fan. He always sat on the edge of his seat to watch the games. But ever since I was young, I started playing hockey, and from minor hockey to major juniors. I played 4 years with the Barrie Colts. I was drafted first round there, and spent 4 seasons there.
So what did you know, like before you obviously get to the Barrie Colts, there must be that moment where your family, like everyone's hockey fans, but there must be that moment where you realise this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do professionally. And what stage was that for you?
Well, growing up, I played a lot of sports, whether it was soccer, baseball. It was kind of a balance between summer sports and winter sports. And during the summer too, I also played hockey in summer tournaments. But
Right.
My parents wanted me to keep active, playing different sports. But it was probably when I was the age of 14. It was a battle between baseball and hockey. Looking back on it now,
Yeah.
I was definitely not a very good baseball player, so I'm happy I went down the hockey route.
But you kind of felt that's what you wanted to do. You weren't
Yeah,
sure,
I've always
like,
enjoyed. I've always enjoyed playing baseball, but hockey was number one to me at the time.
Eventually, you were drafted to the junior leagues.
Yeah, it was my draft year was when I was 16, minor Bantam in Ontario, and I was fortunate enough to be drafted. I had a really good year, and there's always been talk, especially like 2 years before. There's always these scouting reports that come on. I noticed I was up there, so I followed through with hockey, and I was fortunate enough to be drafted by Barrie, and I spent 4 years there with Barrie, and in 2008 I was drafted to the Washington Capitals.
Now tell us a little bit about that, and that's obviously an interesting story for anyone. Like if you're that draft day, that when it comes to that's surely your aim is to actually to make it into that. The NHL draft. What was your particular experience of that? Did you go to the draft?
I had no expectations of being drafted, first
Really?
off. But yes, I did go to the draft, and it's a funny story. I actually went there supporting my friends. I was a longtime friend like Stamkos, Lozado, Petro.
Right.
Played minor hockey with them, grew up with them. And so I went to the draft. It was in Ottawa, and I went with Gerazio, who's in Edinburgh now.
Of course. Yeah.
Probably about a 5-hour drive.
So just a road trip, basically. You were on there.
We made it
for,
up there to
right?
support them, and we're sitting in the stands. And on the second day, I was in the stands, and my old coach in minor hockey nodded me on the shoulder and said, "You just got drafted." I go, "What?" It was the 7th round, 4 picks from the end of the draft.
Yeah.
I get up there, and all the fans started applauding me for being there at that time. So I walked down there, grabbed my jersey, took all the pictures and stuff. And
So you genuinely didn't expect it?
no, I didn't. It was a toss up. It was a
Yeah.
toss up, and it was it was a great experience to be there. And
But you didn't actually make your NHL debut with them. It was actually the Blues, wasn't it?
yeah, I got traded for DJ King coming to my first year to pro hockey, and I knew a bunch of guys going on that team on the Blues, so I felt really comfortable there, and I got off to a good start, and they gave me an opportunity on December 1st versus the Washington Capitals.
Yeah,
So
I
which was
saw that.
it was a pretty neat experience, and going to camp with all those Washington guys, they all congratulated me, and it was pretty neat.
And then obviously things kind of change up and you get an opportunity to move to Europe and try something different. And it was Italy in particular as the country you've taken to. But you've got family ties to Italy, haven't you?
Yeah, my grandparents are from Italy, and I played 6 years in North America, and I thought, I'm going to give Europe a chance, and it's a little easier on the body with the bigger ice, not as much contact,
Yeah.
and the adjustment has been pretty good for me so far, and I've been enjoying it. Got to travel a lot, so it's definitely cool to see other countries.
And then obviously that kind of leads up to you coming to Braehead Clan eventually. I mean, I don't know if you ever thought about playing in Glasgow when you grew up, but it's another opportunity. How did that kind of come about? And had you spoken to many of the other guys? I mean, we've chatted if you knew many of the other guys in the roster. Usually someone said something, but I think you just fought Cowick. Is that correct? That's your only real experience?
Well, Beck and I played together for a bit
Yeah.
last year in Italy, and I played against RC when he was in London. In Cowick when he was in Ottawa, we got a little tussle there.
How interesting it is to play with guys that you've obviously you play against so many guys anyway, but how interesting is it to share a locker room with someone that you've kind of competed with in that way?
I mean, he's been around for a while now. I've been around for a while now, so you kind of get used to seeing guys that you used to hate on the other team. But I never hated Calic on the other team. It just happened like that. But it just that's the way hockey is. You always get thrown into a new environment every year, new players, different characters, and you just adjust.
Yeah. Just the fact that you've only been here a month, won a trophy, just had a few games, does that make you have more of an appetite to try it out again next season? I know it's always a difficult one. It's becoming tradition for me to put the players on the spot, basically, at this point in the interview.
Well, you know, I've enjoyed it so much so far. So far, it's been a great experience. Believe it or not, I have not yet been to Glasgow, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. But
wow, so busy, eh? The games have come thick and fast, I suppose.
So, you know what, the facility is great here. Fans are great here. So, you know, obviously, you can't set anything in stone right now. So, we'll see you in the summertime.
Right, well, there you are. I'll take that. Well, cheers. This is the only one you're getting because the season's still on. Congratulations. Thanks very much, man. Stefan Della Rovere there, the consummate professional. I'm not sure I'd have been able to leave that bottle unopened. He seemed pretty delighted with his personalised bottle. Thank you very much there to Stefan. Right, it's time for the Clan Fans Gallery now, and this first video was sent in by Danielle Murray. It's a fantastic video of her stepdad and her little brother playing a little bit of hallway hockey. Who doesn't love a little bit of hallway hockey? But I particularly love her wee brother's commentary.
Oh, boo! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, I imagine that's what's going through Scott Pitt's head as well. Scoring goals, yeah, I'd imagine. Like the commentary, good commentary. This next video is from Paul Blair, who sent a video in of Paul Blair Jr. singing the Scottish National Anthem. I don't think he's got all the words down yet, but he's certainly got the passion. Great stuff. And finally, Lindsay sent in this picture of the moment the beach ball burst during our first semi-final of the Fight for a Flight competition. Hugely controversial moment, some very popular players out on the ice. Deflategate, I even saw it rather wittingly referred to as. You can see the image there. Hugely controversial, such a hot topic, we had to refer it to DOPS.
On Wednesday, the 8th of March, an incident occurred in the Fight for a Flight beach ball battle semi-final involving Braehead Clan fans David and Aidan and Braehead Clan fans David and Rachel. Incredibly, at the very beginning of play, a player from each side impacts with the ball with incredible force, causing it to burst. Rule number 9 of the beach ball battle: ball bursting. In the case of a burst beach ball before the end of 3 minutes, the team with the most goals will be declared the winner. If the score is currently a draw, then the team who have the beach ball closer to the opposition goal line will be declared the winner. As can be seen in the play, the blue team are very much aware of this rule as they drag the lifeless remains of the beach ball as far as they can before being stopped by the match official. Associated rule number 10. Should the game be stopped for any reason, the judge has the right to resolve the winner by any means he sees fit. After reviewing this incident, I have unsurprisingly decided I was right in the first place, and David and Rachel will progress to the grand final on Saturday the 25th of March as Clan take on the Edinburgh Capitals. There you go, that's it dealt with.
And there you go, that's that sorted. Right, now it's time for our Clan Show Goal of the Month, and it will probably come as no surprise. Their Goal of the Month is Alex Levitz versus the Dundee Stars on the 25th of February. Fantastic goal, have a look at this.
Solomon plays it off the board now, back to Baldwin. Now it's Clan moving forward, 2-on-2, Levitt does well, he's going to go himself! Wonderful solo goal from Alex Levitt, he had Matt Keith in support, Levitt coming in from the right side, took it into the middle, Keith decided not to be coming option. Levitt throwing himself, rounding Joe Fallon, and the Clan, they're 4-1 up.
Well, there you are, fantastic goal there from Alex Levitt. Great skating and a wonderful goal to make it 4-1 on the night that the Clan picked up the conference trophy. Right, it's now time for the 5-puck challenge. We've already seen last month head coach Ryan Finnerty, Alex Levitt and Scott Arson take on the challenge. Now it's the turn of Matt Keith, Matt Becca and Scotty Pitt to see if they can take that #1 spot from Alex Levitt. Here's your 5-puck challenge. And we have a new #1, Scotty Pitt takes over at the top of the leaderboard, taking over from Alex Levitt. Scotty Pitt, they're scoring all 5 goals as well. That's going to be a pretty tough time to beat. Right, more 5-puck challenge next month. We'll leave the players there for a moment because it's season ticket renewal time and a group of the fans were good enough to help the club promote it. We also took the opportunity to chat to section end drummer Rusty about banging the drum for the Clan.
How you doing, Jerry? I'm Russell Taylor, Rusty as I'm known as, section end drummer.
How did you first come to, what season did you first start watching the Clan?
Season 1,
right.
Started watching in season 1,
right.
And I was I was hooked right away. Seen a few guys that used to follow the Air Eagles and stuff. They were sitting singing wee songs in the corner and stuff, and I thought I want to be part of that. I quite like getting a bit of atmosphere going in the place, and from there on we took it upon ourselves to set up Section N through the supporters club. And just basically the same people that were sitting in the same area every week that wants a wee bit of song, occasional wee drink, but no, it seems to have taken off, and that's been going for quite a few years. So. And
so that was the original idea, that it was part of you joined the supporters group straight away?
Well, everybody, we have to sit in the supporters club regardless, which we're happy with because we got on really well with the OSC and the club, and both are very, very good to us. So we set up Section N, that job obviously just named after where we sit, so Section N Purple Army, SNPA, so that's where we set up. There's about 6 of us, and now we're ordering tickets for just short of 50 each week. Wow. So it's there or thereabouts, and it's pretty good.
Fantastic. No, it's great, and you obviously get a really good response from the rest of the fans now as well, don't they? I think people really appreciate that kind of generation of atmosphere. Is that something you kind of notice yourself?
Well, we only notice obviously when it's a hard game, and in the sense that it's a hard game for us, isn't it, what's happening on the ice, because a lot of us don't even watch the game, to be honest with you. We're too busy sitting looking at the crowd, seeing what kind of response we're getting back off of Block A, Block F, etc, etc. But no, if it's a good atmosphere, then well, we try to create a good atmosphere.
Right, and how did you get into drumming then? So did you always drum before or anything like that, or
no?
Or was it something that was just put upon you?
It was put upon me, believe it or not, by there's a few people that sit in Section N as well. Mm-hmm. Maybe not part of Section N as such, but within the supporters club. And they used to be a pipe band, and I don't know if they want named or not, but it's Al Wilson. So hello Al. He came up and says to me, "You could take that drum because I cannot be bothered with it anymore." And it was back in the days when it first started out. There was kind of a bit of animosity with some people that didn't like a bit of noise, and I think that's how we've all been sort of set into the corner and stuff like that, because some people, not everybody wants to go to a game and sit and clap and sing and have a drum and blasting in their ears. So it was he couldn't be bothered with it basically. I think he got a couple of dirty looks to begin with and kind of felt awkward, and he says, "Who's stupid enough to take it on?" So I took it on. So. And
is it kind of weird one now? Because we've chatted before, like especially over in Sweden and stuff like that, and especially over in the Champions Hockey League, and I asked you about the games, you're like, "I don't get to see the games." Does that bother you now? It's a real job you've got here now. Then you don't get to see the games.
I don't watch the game, to be fair. I'll watch what's happening, but I'm too busy looking the guys round about me across other sections to see if they're responding to the same songs. If a song isn't taken off, then we always try and change a song to something else that might happen. Unfortunately, as if it's some people might have one too many and want to sing the same song over and over, and of course you don't want to look as though you're not being part of it, so you have to keep drumming away. But no, you got on with it. It's good. It's brilliant. I love it.
So notice one thing that you do that's really good is if you even hear a chant starting anywhere in the ring, even if it's one wee young voice picks up a chant, you're always pretty keen to get and jump on that.
Especially if it's a young voice as well, and somebody that's not within the sort of vocal area because we want the full arena bouncing every week. Make it so intimidating for away teams to come, but still maintaining the family atmosphere, the family friendly atmosphere that we want to create here. But at the same time, see the younger kids, they're the future of the club. They're going to be the future support, taking the chance on and supporting the team for years to come. So we want them to be encouraged and be confident enough to start a song on their own. So we're here to back them up.
You hope for any future young drummers to come and give you a break?
Well, you never know. Wee Jack Appleby might be one for the future. He's great. He's got his own wee drum as well. But we need to get him a wee strap because he needs to stand and hold it. You know, it's kind of awkward for him, but it's great. He's great. I will get there. It's great.
Right, it's now time for your 10 roster questions. This week it's Craig Peacock and his Boxer Bailey. Okay, Peaks, you ready for your 10 roster questions?
I am ready, yes.
I see you've brought a little bit of support here. Who's this?
This Bailey, it's my pup.
Bailey, okay, you need Bailey for the support. I thought I'd interview you on a pirate ship in a bit of rain. Why not? Are you ready for your 10 roster questions?
Let's do this.
Best skater?
Best skater, Scott Pitt or Kyle Wharton. He's a pretty strong skater.
If I had to force you on one, who would you go for?
Watts.
Watts.
Yeah.
Best hands, best skills?
Best hands. Pitty's probably in there again with Hammy. Bex has pretty good hands, but we'll give it to Pitty.
Pitty just gets the edge on it.
He gets the edge on that one, yeah.
Okay, toughest guy?
Rosie, hands down.
Rosie, Bailey looked quite tough there as well when you saw that question.
He's a little menace. He's a menace. He'll get into a fight or two, but he's all right.
Yeah, but not quite as tough as Rosie. That's fair enough. Smartest player, always a tough one.
Smartest player. Ooh, hockey smarts.
It's up to you how you take it. You're going to go for hockey smarts?
Hockey smarts, I'd say Levy's pretty clever. He does some good stuff out there and he seems to find guys all over the ice. Off the ice, I don't know if we have that smart a team really off the ice. It's hard to...
All we care about is the hockey. All we care about is the hockey smarts.
We'll say Levy then.
There you go. I think Bailey's interested in this camera much as well. So Levy's the one. Levy's the one there. Least smartest. And you can't say the whole team.
Boydie.
Straight up.
Boydie, yeah. He comes out with some hilarious stuff and he's pretty gullible too, so you can tell him whatever you want and he'll believe you.
Plus he's already done his 10 roster questions, so you're pretty safe there as well.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Least smartest. Best chirper. A new one for the season, question-wise.
Chirper. Cal's comes out with some pretty funny ones.
Yeah, he seems pretty talkative on the ice.
Yeah, he is. I'm going to go with Cal's actually. I'm not going to repeat some of the stuff that he says, but he comes out with some pretty funny chirps.
What happens on the ice stays on the ice, that's fair enough. Most influential on the roster?
Most influential, I'd say Keitha.
Yeah, Captain Keith.
Yeah, he's a great leader. He's a great captain, and he knows the right thing to say at the right time, and always keeps the boys in check. So,
we get that answer a lot for that question as well. And worst music taste?
Ooh, worst music taste. He's not going to like me for saying this. Sully.
Sully, really? What's he into?
Sully is not up to date with the music world. He is still living. We get in the carpool and we go to practice, and he is playing stuff that I used to listen to when I was about 12.
What kind of stuff?
Oh, Backstreet Boys.
What?
Yeah, occasional Backstreet Boys. Songs out of Shrek. I don't know.
Is Sully a time traveller?
No, I think he's stuck in time.
He's stuck in time.
I'm not going to complain because it brings me back to my youth and I actually enjoy it. So he's going to be mad I said him, but just for the fact that he hasn't caught up with the music world.
It's going to got good, terrible taste then.
Good, terrible taste, yeah, we'll give him that.
Okay, and Bailey's running out here now, so we'll get down to our last question is, you're on board the Titanic. Okay. Who's the first guy to get in the life raft? Who stays in and goes down with the ship? And finally, whose fault was it in the first place?
First guy on the raft, Levy, he's gone. He's out of there. He's
Straight out.
Yeah, he's not waiting around for anybody. Kiefer, you'd have to say, would probably wait, make sure everyone gets sorted and gets off.
And whose fault was it in the first place?
Whose fault was it? I don't know.
They just weren't paying attention.
Boydie doesn't pay too much attention.
Okay.
Cal's is a trickster though. He's up to no good all the time, so he could have done something that caused this boat to go down.
A combination of the few of them.
Combination of Boydie and Cal's, yeah. Cal's just getting up to no good. Boydie not paying any attention. One of those two.
They're doomed from the start. Thank you very much, man. You survived your 10 roster questions.
Thank you.
And so did you, Bailey. So did you. Well, a big thank you there to Peaks, as well as, of course, the very excitable boxer Bailey. More 10 roster questions next month. In the meantime, it's competition winner time. Obviously, the prize last month was for that limited edition Valentine's Day jersey. The winner is Linda Hansey. Congratulations, Linda. You correctly guessed Modi and Luban. Great stuff. Make sure you contact Sean at brayheadclan.com to pick up your prize. Next competition is going to be for a limited edition Clan TV jersey. If you want to get your hands on that, you have to answer the following question. Where did Stefan Della Rovere say that single malt whiskey had to be made? Was it A, Scotland, B, England, or C, Clan commentator Craig Anderson's cellar? I think we probably all know the answer to that one. Remember, you need all three elements, include at Brayhead Clan, include the link to the show, as well as the correct answer. You need all three elements to be considered. Get your answers in there. Thank you very much for joining us here on The Clan Show. We will catch you next month for more fun. See you soon.